Okay, so this is Jace from Uber Rock, and I am here with the lovely singer of IHLO. I'd just like to give you some quick introduction.
Hello, my name is Andy Robinson, and I am indeed the lead singer of IHLO, and sometimes I play keyboards.
You play a lovely setup though. It's like it's sounding pretty good today as well.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's like one thing that I find sometimes with a lot of rock bands, especially when the RPs, is sometimes the balance can be a little bit off,
Sure.
so the key sometimes gets drowned out. But you were very loud and clear today as well, which was nice.
Good to hear. I will make sure to pay Andre, our front of house, very well for his work.
But yeah, the response today seemed really good as well, especially with like I was actually talking to a couple of other people that me and you have as mutual friends about
Yeah, yeah,
how ILO seems to have taken quite a jump recently
yeah.
following
Tell me about it.
Legacy.
Yeah.
There's number of notable shows such as Euroblast last year, Midwinter Prog this year, now Radar, and the upcoming tour with Haken.
Yeah.
Like, how are you feeling about all this?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's a valid
Yeah, it's a
response.
valid response. I'll tell you what. So let's go chronologically. Okay. Very start of the year, I was bricking it. I just had no idea what was going on. Then we did that tour and we got into the swing of things. So like, oh, this is great. And then I was so happy for the tour to be over because it was exhausting. It was fucking exhausting, man. And then after we stopped the tour, I was like, I liked being on tour. It was nice. Let's go back. So it's very good. Obviously, that's why we've taken the Haken tour in particular as like the sandwich, to be like, oh, we want to go and do that again because it was really good. It's not for everybody playing all these shows and doing all this kind of stuff, but yeah, we've been lucky enough to like just have this huge spark underneath us. So we have no choice but to take it and to
Yeah, of
embrace it because
course.
that's what we want to do is we want to play music and do cool shit.
I mean, it almost sounds like you weren't quite expecting Legacy to take off in the way that it did.
I mean, like we were quietly confident in the quality of the music. Like that's why we pushed for it to stay at like almost a 70-minute album. That's not very social media friendly. That ain't going on TikTok.
Mm,
And with like the label and everything, there was never anything like, oh, you should trim it down or anything like that. Like absolutely
mm,
not. Like they understood our intention. They're just like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it
mm.
is, and it works. It works from start to finish. So we were very confident. It's just in this day and age, I guess, it's with the state of the industry, you don't know what you're going to get. I know so many amazing, talented musicians and artists who haven't been able to get the leg up that they need and they deserve. So, like, I'm not going to complain about, like I said, like getting the spark, and you just take it when the opportunity is there. Be
Mm.
grateful for it and just ride with it.
Yeah, does it lead to any difficulties when trying to craft a set that fits into 30 minutes? Because a few of those songs are quite lengthy.
Yeah, I don't think we have like a real song that's under 6 minutes long. We have like two or three songs that are sort of like 4 to 5 minutes. We don't really consider them real songs. They're sort of
Mm,
like interludes in a way.
yeah.
So yeah, it was very tricky to put something together for 30 minutes. That's one of the takeaways for album three. It's like, hey, let's write a 3-minute banger next time. That's what we tried to do a couple of times on Legacy, but
Mm.
they all ended up being 7 minutes. Oops.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can imagine like for a 30-minute set, it's a little bit hard to like really sort of get your own your own imprint on it, really.
Sure.
Because and I find this applies to quite a number of like prog acts. Like Someone is a good example. I've seen them do like 30-minute slots to download, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
kind of like feels like it's finished before it's really sort of gotten
Yeah,
going.
yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you see them at their own show, and you
They
get
just
an
own it.
hour and a half, and it feels like you get a chance to have like a story.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're trying to figure out how to balance it, I guess, because if you come and see us live, we're super energetic and we're
Mm,
like spinning around and all this stuff. But when you listen to the actual album, it doesn't really feel like that.
mm,
Like you don't listen to it, you're just like, holy shit, these guys are like jumping off the stage and stuff. So
mm,
that's something we're trying to figure out with the live presentation of it, I
mm.
guess. And so having that 30-minute slot, it's kind of fine because no matter what we play, we're gonna just like punch the audience with a shit ton of energy anyway.
Yeah.
It's just kind of balancing the right songs for that to give a bit of ebb and flow, a
Mm.
bit of dynamics and stuff.
Is that what prompted the pirouette at the end of the set?
Why did we start doing that? I think we just did it because we were bored. Like
Yeah, like
on the
it's
Leprous tour, we were just like, oh, it'd be really funny if we all started spinning at this exact
yeah,
spot. And like, there's just this unspoken agreement that we just all did.
yeah. Because like I was watching, I was just like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, we haven't figured out how to get Clark to do a little spin yet, but we're working on it for the Hicken tour.
Yeah. So I mean, with the upcoming like sort of Haken tour, it seems like a real solid match Yeah, I mean, like, I'm like Haker, now fully British because of what's happened and stuff, but like it seems very complimentary, I
I
guess
think
is what a way
so.
of putting it.
I think so. I mean, obviously, Leprous and Haken are like two of the band's biggest influences. Not necessarily in terms of like the shred or the progginess, but I guess like the melody and the harmony and the way that it all kind of blends together. They both do a very good job. So we try our best to take the very good bits and
Yeah.
squish that into like what we like about music. So yeah, I think that it does work very well, and hopefully it will when we actually do the tour. I'll be like, oh yeah, this works great. But it's both equally very colorful bands, I guess. So yeah.
So like looking a little bit further across the board, are you waiting until like the Haken tour is over and done with before you start making plans for like the next steps, or are you going to take a break? You think and sort of take a long view, as it were?
Yeah, for writing new stuff. Well, after the Haken tour, we have the Prog Space 10th anniversary festival, which is happening in the.
Wait, yeah, I'm going to that as
Yeah,
well.
you're going to that as well. So we'll catch up and you can ask me again. You're like, well, when are you going to start writing new stuff? We're going to do that. Tiny break, and then something else happens in the new year, which I can't talk about, but I assume it will be announced at some point. After that is done, we have a big sleep. We just go and just turn it all off, try to get some of the energy and creative juices back, and yeah, look towards album 3. We don't want to do like a super long wait for the next album, so we are excited to get there. We don't have any music for it yet, really. A couple of small bits and pieces, but we have ideas, we have concepts. I have a really strong idea of like the album cover idea, colors and themes, and like what it's kind of about and stuff. So we're not there yet, but we are thinking about it for sure.
When you putting this sort of stuff together, like previously, say with like how Legacy came to form, like can you describe the sort of like almost like the cliff notes of where the idea came from, who sort of really involved the creative process, and how it sort of came out in the end?
Sure. So for like the sort of theme and concept.
Yeah. So like how it came to be.
Sure, how it came to be. I mean, when we were still writing Union, we had a very strong idea of like, let's write an album that's kind of like this whole Black Mirror inspired thing, like there's chips in your brain and the chips are controlled by the government and all this stuff. And we had that as like a seed idea for like themes and lyrics and stuff. And so aspects of the music's tone grows from that as well. So it's quite a dark album compared to Union. Union is quite bright and airy. Legacy is much more like heavy and doomy and stuff like that. So it kind of came from those discussions that we had. In terms of like the creative directorship and drive, me and Phil are kind of like the main homies. Phil does a lot of the writing because obviously he's the guitarist and stuff. I produce him, he produces me, and we have this really good relationship where if he doesn't like something I do, or I don't like something that he does, we just say, I think it's gonna be better for this reason, and we just keep working on it. There's no bullshit, there's no egos with it. That's just kind of what happened. It was basically the same as writing the first album, just a lot slower.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, but the end result was still, as you said, like 70-minute long, epic.
Yeah, and we actually we cut one track as well.
Really?
We had an instrumental track that was going to be like sort of Haken nil by mouth, like heavy as fuck, and we just couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it. We ran out of steam.
So cutting room floor, maybe.
We thought about it. We were gonna think about releasing it as like a special edition thing, but since everything else that's happened, we haven't had time to come back to it. So one day, I'm sure it'll find the light of day, but not today.
Yeah, awesome. So as so far, I know we're like halfway through 2026 so far, but have you had any sort of like personal standout moments that have come as a result of IHLO?
Oh man, just like traveling around was really cool. Like, don't get me wrong, like traveling on a tour bus with like a quite tight schedule, you think it will be incredible, or a lot of people think it'll be incredible. You see all these places, but most of the time you just see the bus in the backstage in an industrial estate in Italy that you've done a loop in because you just needed some fresh air.
Yeah.
But I still got to visit all those places. We spent 3 days in Greece. Greece was amazing. I need to go back to Greece really soon. Got to see all these cats. I get to see and meet like so many people who for some reason really like our music. Is that not just like the coolest fucking, like we're doing this right now because you're just like, hey, good job, you did something that sounds good. That's just so cool. I could be sitting in my room playing Counter-Strike. instead I'm here at Radar 2026.
Yeah. So it is pretty cool because like the one thing that's always like struck me whenever I see you guys live is you've got a real hard core of people that do seem to follow you around a lot of these places, and they know every word.
Yeah, they
And
know them
I
better
noticed
than me,
this.
I think.
Yeah, I noticed this, like especially in Euroblast.
Mhm.
Like I could hear the crowd like screaming these words
Yeah.
over the top of you sometimes.
God damn, man.
Like,
God damn. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think if you ask any band who has been privileged enough to start getting that upward momentum, they'll probably just say the same thing. It's just like, I don't know. People just like it. And that's really cool. And I'm so happy and I'm so grateful for that. Like every time that I meet somebody new and they're wearing a t-shirt or something, it's just like,
mhm.
look at you. That's so fucking awesome. And like I'm a super fan. I'm a super fan of Leprous and
Yeah,
Haken and so many other bands. So like I totally get it. It's just music does some good shit to you.
yeah.
It's the backdrop, it's the ambience for like so many things in your life. So
And now you're part of it, and
yeah,
doing
now
shows and
now I'm blessed enough to be involved in somebody else's just life. you know,
I mean, it's like it's a really sort of humble way of looking at it, and it's pretty cool.
I try to be. Give me 10 years and then I'm gonna be a total dick.
I'm sure you won't become a Maynard James Keenan. But yeah, honestly, thank you so much for your time, mate. It's a wonderful pleasure always seeing you guys like do what you do. And yeah, as you reminded me, because I can't keep my calendar right in my head, I will see you later this year again.
Yes, November 27th.
I think it's 20 to 28, it's something like that.
It's the end of November.
It's end of November
End of
in
November.
Hoofddorp at Sapunt.
In Punt.
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 Sapunt.
Yeah, in Hoofddorp.
Hoofddorp.
In the Netherlands, yes.
Yeah, I've had to learn how to say that right, because otherwise the Dutch give me a slap around the face.
Oh, I bet.
You know.
I bet. But it's not our fault they have so many funny sounding words.
Yeah, it's positive reinforcement on their part.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks so much again, Andy.
Thanks, man. Thanks,
I'll
man.
see you around.